Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 15, verse number 6. Yasya kshana vyogena lokoya priya darshanaha uktena raito yesha mritaka prochete ita. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada. Have just lost him, whose separation for a moment would render all the universes unfavorable and void, like bodies without life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Factually, for a living being, there is no one dearer than the Lord. The Lord expands himself by innumerable parts and parcels as Swamsha and Vibhinamsha. Paramatma is a Swamsha part of the Lord, whereas the Vibhinamsha parts are the living beings. As the living being is an important factor in the material body, for without the living being, the material body has no value. Similarly, without Paramatma, the living being has no status quo. Similarly, Brahman or Paramatma has no locus standi without Supreme Lord Krishna. This is thoroughly explained in Bhagavad Gita. They are all interlinked with one another or interdependent factors. Thus, in the ultimate issue, the Lord is the summum bonum and therefore the vital principle of everything. Thus, in the purport chapter, how Yudhishthira Maharaj was observing evil women in his kingdom, Hastinapura, and he started thinking whether Krishna has wound up his pastimes and left for his abode. He was sharing all his feelings with his brother Bhima. At the time, Arjuna returned from Dwaraka. Yudhishthira Maharaj started asking many questions. My dear Arjuna, how are our Yadavas? How about Krishna, Balaram, all others? He started inquiring about the well-beings of Yadavas. In spite of asking many questions, Arjuna could not answer because he was grief-stricken due to separation from Lord Krishna. Due to grief, his mouth was dried up. Tears started flowing from his eyes, and he could not check it. He started remembering Krishna's protections throughout his life, from all calamities, from all situations. Especially remembered how Lord Krishna protected Arjuna from the anger of Lord Balaram. How Krishna protected Arjuna from committing suicide. Arjuna failed to fulfill his promise twice. Therefore, he was supposed to enter into the blazing fire to give up his body. Krishna protected Arjuna. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Bhishma was so furious, was about to kill Arjuna. Krishna protected Arjuna. What was the reason Lord Balarama was angry at Arjuna? Arjuna was on a pilgrimage. While he was on a pilgrimage, he happened to go to Prabhasa, Somanath. There he heard about Subhadra's marriage. Lord Balarama was negotiating. He wanted to give his sister Subhadra in marriage to Duryodhana. Get some water. Although Vasudeva and Devaki, they were not in favor of giving their daughter to Duryodhana. Even Krishna was not in favor of giving his daughter, his sister to Duryodhana. But Balarama was in favor of giving his sister to Duryodhana. Arjuna came to know this. When he thought about the beauty of Subhadra, he was very much attracted, very much captivated. He decided somehow I should marry Subhadra. Therefore, Arjuna dressed himself like a sannyasi, Vaishnava sannyasi, came to Dwaraka. He stayed in Dwaraka during the rainy season, Chaturmasya. Generally, a sannyasi, sadhus, would not move from one place to another place during the rainy season. They stay in one place and preach. Even the citizens, householders, take the opportunity, go to a sadhu and hear about Krishna Katha. Arjuna was in the dress of sannyasi, he was in Dwaraka. The citizens of Dwaraka came and offered respect, thinking that a sannyasi has come. Will get enlightened by the words of the sannyasi. No one could recognize that the sannyasi is Arjuna, including Lord Balarama. Arjuna was staying and he was contemplating how to kidnap Subhadra. One day Balarama invited the sannyasi for lunch. My dear sannyasi, please come to our house to have lunch. The sannyasi came and he was served. The sannyasi was served. Generally, a sadhu will not eat more. They will take little portion of food. But he was eating left and right. Balarama started thinking, what kind of sadhu is eating left and right? And when Subhadra was serving, he was gazing at her beauty. He's a sadhu, but looking somewhere. Somehow he was thinking, by seeing the beauty of Subhadra, he decided that somehow I should marry her. She started more smiling. Still, it boosted his energy. I must marry Subhadra. Even Subhadra, by seeing the body, handsome body of Arjuna, even she decided that I should accept this person as my husband. He was waiting for the opportunity. One day, Subhadra wanted to visit a temple. Therefore, she sat on a chariot. The charioteer taken Subhadra to a temple. Arjuna took this as the right opportunity to kidnap Subhadra. He went and informed Devaki and Vasudeva. Now I am going to take Subhadra away. After informing, taking their blessings, he sat on the chariot, started going. All the relatives started crying. All of them went and informed Balram. This is not a sannyasi, it's a bogus. It's a Arjuna. He stayed here to kidnap our Subhadra. Balrama became very furious. He could not control. He wanted to punish Arjuna. So furious that he cheated us. Krishna went and fell at the feet of Balaram and started massaging. Balaram, please, brother, be cool, be cool. He pacified Lord Balaram. Please forgive Arjuna. Small boy, please forgive him. In fact, even our sister Subhadra wanted to marry Arjuna only. When Balarama was pacified by Krishna, then the matter was settled. You see here How Lord is ready to fall at the feet of someone for his dear devotees. When Arjuna started thinking this, he could not control his emotion. Krishna saved Arjuna from entering into the blazing fire twice. One was when Krishna was in Dwaraka, there was a Brahmana. He had a wife. Brahmana wife gave birth to a child. As soon as the child was born, it started crying and died. The Brahmana became very upset, very disturbed by seeing the untimely death of his own son in his presence. He was very much disturbed. Therefore, he took the child, dead child, went to the palace of Ugrasena, because Ugrasena was the king of Dwaraka. He started accusing Ugrasena. In the former ages, in other yugas, even up to the end of Dwapara Yuga, when Krishna was present, if anyone dies untimely, the king is liable to be blamed for the untimely death of any children in the presence of his parents. Because the duty of the king is to protect the citizens. The king is not properly situated, this kind of things can happen. Therefore, this Brahmana took the child, dead child, and placed at the door and started accusing Ugrasena. This Ugrasena is envious of Brahmanas. It doesn't have proper qualification of Kshatriya. It's a Kshatriya Bandhu. Shatra Bandhu, like a Brahma Bandhu, is a Shatra Bandhu. Shatra Bandhu means one was taken birth in the family of Kshatriya, but he doesn't have the quality of a Kshatriya. The duty of Kshatriya is to protect the Brahminical culture and take care of the citizens' needs. He should not be absorbed in sense gratification. He should not be greedy for accumulation of wealth. If one has got so much absorption in greediness or absorbed in sense gratification, then this kind of things can happen. Therefore, the Brahmana started blaming that you are responsible for my son untimely death. After blaming, and they said, if anyone worship this kind of Kshatriya or offer respect, the citizens cannot be happy. No one should respect a king whose business is looting, whose business is sense enjoyment. No one should offer respect or worship such kind of king. If any citizens worship such a king whose business is only looting and absorbing sense enjoyment, citizens can never be happy. They are always full of anxiety. After accusing Ugrasena, the Brahmana went back to his house. Again the next year, his wife gave birth. Again the son was born, child was born, cried for some time, died. Again the Brahmana took this dead child to the palace of Ugrasena, started accusing. Like that it went on for 8 times. 8 times the son was born, died. Every time he would go and accuse Ugrasena. 9th time, when the Brahmana was accusing Ugrasena, Arjuna was present in Dwaraka with Krishna. When Arjuna heard this Brahmanas accusing King Ugrasena, he approached the Brahmana. My dear Brahmana, why do you say there are no proper kings to protect your citizens of your country? I am there. I'll give protection to your children. You don't worry. Please trust me. Have faith in me. I promise I will protect your children. If I am unable to do, then I shall enter into the blazing fire. The Brahmana thought, how is it possible for Arjuna to protect my child? When Aniruddha failed to give protection, when Pradyumna failed to give protection, when Lord Balarama failed to give protection, when Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, even he failed to give protection to my child, how can I place my faith upon this Arjuna? When these great personalities cannot protect my children, after all Arjuna, how can he protect? Therefore, my dear Arjuna, I consider your promise like an inexperienced child. I do not wish to place my faith on your promise, in your promise. When Arjuna understood the Brahmana lost all the hope in the Kshatriyas, then he wanted to encourage the Brahmana. My dear Brahmana, I am not Aniruddha. I am not Pradyumna. I am not even Shankarshana. I am not even Krishna. My name is Arjuna. I have my Gandiva bow. Please have faith in me. I will protect. Even I have to fight with death personified to protect your children, I will do it. Please have faith in me. He started boasting. I have satisfied Lord Shiva. Being satisfied with me, he gave his own weapon, Pashupata. See the weapon. Somehow the Brahmana was convinced that Arjuna will give protection to his child. Then went home. As usual, his wife was pregnant next year. She was about to deliver a child. Then the Brahmana invited Arjuna that please come and protect my child. Arjuna came and started thinking of Lord Shiva. He did not think of Lord Krishna. He wanted to take shelter of Lord Shiva. Why? Because Krishna failed to give protection. Why should I take shelter of Krishna? Let me take shelter of Lord Shiva. I have got his weapon, Pashupata. Went to the home of this Brahmana and started chanting different kinds of mantra and started shooting arrows over the house, maternity house room. He made like an umbrella to protect the child. He was waiting. Let me see how the child dies. Constantly started chanting. As usual, the child was born, started crying. Immediately, the child and all the arrows that he shot over the room, everything disappeared into the sky. The Brahmana became very angry. Krishna was sitting and watching everything and was smiling because it was he who played the trick of taking away all the arrows on the child. The Brahmana started accusing Arjuna. Everyone can see my foolishness. I put my full faith upon this foolish person who is important, who is expert in giving false promises. He foolishly declared himself greater than Lord Balarama, greater than Lord Krishna. He can't save my child. He started accusing Arjuna like anything. Then Arjuna had a mistake perfection. Mistake yoga, he attained perfection. So then he tried to get back the child by traveling different planets. First he went to Yamaloka. There he started searching, he could not find the child. Then he went to Indraloka. First went to Yamaloka, then Indraloka. He could not find. Went to Vayuloka, Varunaloka, Agniloka, Pataloka. Went everywhere, he could not find. Finally went to Brahmaloka. It's very, very difficult to go to Brahmaloka. Arjuna could go because attained mystic perfection. Even he could not find the Brahmana son in the Brahmaloka. Came back, he was frustrated. Then was about to enter into the blazing fire. Krishna came and stopped. Don't act foolishly. I'll find out. Don't worry. Come with me. And Krishna took Arjuna to the abode of Mahavishnu. They went, passed through all crossed even this material world, crossed even Vrija river, went to the abode of Lord Mahavishnu, offered respect, both of them, to Lord Vishnu. Mahavishnu was pleased to see Krishna and Arjuna. My dear Krishna and Arjuna, in fact, I have been waiting for you, your arrival. Therefore, I only took away all the children of Brahmana, because except you both, no one can come to my place. Krishna was so beautiful. Even Mahavishnu was attracted by the beauty of Krishna. Therefore, he played the trick of taking away all the children of Brahmana, so that Krishna would come and he can see the beauty of Lord Krishna. And after that, he handed over all the children. Meanwhile, the children were grown up. All the 10 children handed over to Krishna and Arjuna. Please go. Krishna and Arjuna came back and handed over all the 10 children to the Brahmana. You see here, Krishna protected Arjuna from committing suicide. Arjuna started thinking one after another. Then, even one more time, when Arjuna Abhimanyu was killed on the 13th day, the cause was Jayadratha. Because he checked all the principal Pandavas, all 4 Pandavas. When Abhimanyu entered Chakravyuha, all of them followed. But he came and stopped all the 4 Pandavas and defeated, because he got the benediction from Lord Shiva. And Abhimanyu was killed. When Arjuna came to know the reason how he was allowed, how Pandavas were stopped by Jayadratha, he took a vow. By tomorrow sunset, I will kill Jayadratha. If I do not, I will enter into blazing fire. The next day, he could not achieve the target. He tried all his best, but Krishna used his mystic power to cover the sunlight. Thus, he protected Arjuna from committing suicide. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna protected Arjuna from the fierce attack of Bhishma. 8th day of battle, the 18th day of Mahabharata war, 8th day of the war, Pandavas started slaughtering Kauravas like anything. Bhima slaughtered 9 sons of Dhritarashtra, one single day. And many of the armies, all the soldiers were slaughtered by Pandavas. Duryodhana was very much afflicted. Then he went to consult with Karna, Dusasana, Shakuni. What to do? Today, the Pandavas slaughtered most of our warriors. I have lost 9 brothers today alone. Because Bhishma was the commander-in-chief, Karna started saying, our commander is always in favor of Pandavas. Therefore, he is not discharging his duty properly. Better you go and ask him to step down from his post. Once he stepped down, I will enter into the battlefield. Because Karna has taken a vow. As long as Bhishma is there, I will not enter the battlefield. Bhishma is always inclined to Pandavas. This is what Duryodhana was thinking, Karna was thinking. If Bhishma stepped down from the commander-in-chief post, I will enter and kill all the Pandavas in one day. So Duryodhana was very much encouraged. Okay, let me go and talk to Bhishma. He went to Bhishma and said, my dear grandfather, you are always in favor of Pandavas. Because of your favor towards Pandavas, I have lost 9 brothers today. My army was slaughtered. All my soldiers are killed. Most of them are killed by Pandavas. Better you step down. Karna will enter and kill the Pandavas. When he heard this, Bhishma was very much hurt, was deeply disturbed by the harsh words of Duryodhana, and started advising, it is You who created all this problem. Then finally he said, since you are challenging me, I give you a promise to you that tomorrow I'll fight so fiercely that the battle will be talked for as long as the world continues to exist. That much will be the battle tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll kill all Panchalas and Somakas except Shikandi, because Shikandi was a woman. I will not kill Shikandi. Or else I'll give up my life on the battlefield. Better you go and take rest nicely. So he sent Duryodhana. The next day, 9th day, Bhishma was so fierce in the battle. Started shooting arrows like rains. Arjuna could not withstand. The arrow started piercing the body of Arjuna. Blood started oozing out from the body of Arjuna. Blood started oozing out from the body of Krishna. Krishna thought, if I leave little, Arjuna will be killed by Bhishma. Immediately jumped out of the chariot and saw one whale. Started rushing towards Bhishma to kill Bhishma. He knew very well, if he had left even for one moment, Arjuna would have been finished by Bhishma. Because Bhishma was so angry because he was insulted by Duryodhana. So Krishna got down and went to attack Bhishma. So Arjuna got down and went and pacified, Lord, please be calm, don't break your promise, come back. When he started thinking all these wonderful activities of the Lord, he started crying. Then he said, my dear, his affection for Krishna started increasing. The more he thought about Krishna's wonderful pastimes, activities, how he protected from all the calamities, his affection started increasing for Krishna. Then he said to his brother, Yudhishthira, my dear brother, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, who treated me like a intimate friend, close friend, has left me alone. Thus, my astounding power, which astonished even the demigods, is no longer with me. Arjuna had so much power. He defeated even demigods, defeated Danavas. Now, because Krishna left me alone, I don't have that power. He was defeated by a small coward boy. Arjuna, during their exile, Pandavas' exile, Yudhishthira Maharaj said to Arjuna, go to heavenly planets, get the divine weapons. Because with ordinary weapons, we cannot conquer the great personalities, particularly Bhishma, Drona, Karna. We require celestial weapons. Therefore, he instructed to go to higher planets, heavenly planets, to acquire celestial weapons. Arjuna went to Indraloka to get the celestial weapons. He got many celestial weapons from demigods. Indra asked one request, my dear Arjuna, I have given many weapons, but you should do a favor to me. What is a favor? There are many of his enemies who are living in the ocean. 30 million Danavas. They were called Nivata Kavachas. They seized the abode of Indra and attacked the demigods, took the abode of Indra. They were enjoying. Therefore, Indra requested Arjuna, please kill my enemies, because he could not attack the Nivata Kavachas. Therefore, he requested Arjuna, please kill my enemies. Then Arjuna went. Matali took Arjuna to the place where the Danavas were living, and single-handedly he killed all the 30 millions of Danavas. called Nivatakavachas. He astonished even demigods with his astounding power. So when he was there in heavenly planet, his father, Indra, I want to satisfy his son, Arjuna. He sent to Urvashi, go on to please my son by your dance. She started dancing for the pleasure of Arjuna. Finally she proposed, I want to enjoy with you. Arjuna said, no, I look at you as my mother, Kunti, Madhuri, Mother Sachidevi. I can't enjoy with you. She was frustrated. I came to you to enjoy. You refused me. Therefore, you'll become eunuch. You'll be in the company of women for some time. She cursed. Indra called Arjuna, pacified. Don't worry, this curse will be a benediction for you during your 13th year of exile. And sent. Arjuna brought all the divine weapons. In the 13th year, they should live in incognito. Therefore, they were looking for the place where they can live. They went to the kingdom of Matsya. It was ruled by King Virata. Virata had a son, Uttara, and daughter, Uttara. They were living in their disguise. Everyone accepts a different role in the kingdom of Virata. Arjuna was like a dance teacher for King Virata's daughter, Uttara. And the Virata had a wife, and wife had a brother named Kichaka. He was a very powerful warrior. And Kichaka had an eye upon Draupadi. He was constantly pestering Draupadi to enjoy. Draupadi was irritated. She went and informed Bhima. He was playing the part of cook in the Virata kingdom. Then Bhima killed Kichaka. This news reached Hastinapura. They came to know that Kichaka was killed because he was a very powerful warrior. Now they thought, let us attack the kingdom of Virata and take away the cattle, because King Virata had excellent cows. Duryodhana wanted to get the cows. So therefore he declared, let us go and attack kingdom of Virata. So all came, all the great personalities, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Ashwatthama, Duryodhana, all of them came. They started looting, taking away the cattle of Virata. The news reached son of Virata, Uttara. He was with many women. At the time somebody came and told, Kurus, they came and took away the cattle. Please go and fight. He started boasting. I'll go and single-handedly finish all the Kaurava warriors. Who? Uttara. But I don't have proper chariot driver. At the time, Arjuna said, I also know how to drive the chariot. Once upon a time, I drove Arjuna's chariot because he did not know that he is Arjuna. So Arjuna took the opportunity and started driving the chariot where Uttara was being seated and took his bow and arrow, went to the battlefield, and Arjuna said, my dear Uttara, you are going to fight with the great warriors. Look at the warriors. He saw Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Ashwatthama. Let them take my cattle, no problem. Let them kill or keep, I don't mind. I don't want to fight with these people. I don't want to risk my life. He got down and started running. Arjuna got down and started dragging. Said, please leave me alone. Please save me. I will give so much wealth for you. Please leave me alone. Let me go away from the battle. Then Arjuna said, don't worry. If you don't want to fight, I will fight. You drive my chariot. Yeah. How can you fight with the great personalities? Then he declared himself, that is Arjuna. Then he took the Uttara to the place where they hidden their weapons on top of the Shami tree. They took all the weapons and started twanging the bow, Gandiva bow. Kurus, Bhishma came to know this Arjuna. Then he told, is Arjuna. Then Arjuna single-handedly vanquished all the Kurus, namely Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Kripa, Ashwatthama, Duryodhana, Dusasana, single-handedly. He astonished even all the great warriors by his astounding power. Such was the personality Arjuna. He says, I lost all my power because Krishna was no longer with me. And in this verse, Prabhupada says that factually, for a living being, there is no one dearer than the Lord. Krishna is the dearmost friend of everyone. When we ask somebody who's dear to you, we'll tell our parents are dear to us. Of course, our parents are very dear to us. Why? Because they are connected to us. Therefore, they are dear to us. They are connected to us only in this one lifetime. Whereas Krishna is connected to us eternally. Therefore, how much will be dearer to us? Krishna always cares for us, even if we do not care for Krishna. Just like your parents, they always care for children. Even the children do not care for Krishna, do not care for parents, because they love their children. Similarly, since we are eternally connected to Krishna, Krishna always loves us, is very, very dear to us. He always wants to do something for us. Somehow, is eagerly waiting when we will turn towards Him so that He'll pick us from this miserable place. Although Krishna comes to this world to kill demons, but His intention is not to kill the demons, to purify the demons, to liberate the demons. Once, Vidura he was on a pilgrimage. He met Uddhava. When Vidura asked about Krishna, how is Krishna, how is Balaram, how about Yadavas? Uddhava felt very much aggrieved. The moment he heard about Krishna, he lost his consciousness, fell down. He started crying. Then he started recalling, remembering what are things Krishna did. He said, my dear Vidura, does it not pain to us, his servants, when Ugrasena, a king of Dwarka, would sit on the royal throne? Krishna would come and stand down and take the message somebody will send neighboring countries, and will take the message and read, oh my Lord, let it be known to you, so and so sent a message. Krishna would come and stand like a menial servant and would offer and would tell, oh Lord, who? Addressing Ugrasena, oh Lord, so and so sent a message, let it be known to you. Krishna would read like a menial servant. When devotees sees that humble attitude of Lord, who is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Ugrasena, is ordinary living entity, but he is seated on the highest seat. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is standing like a menial servant and reading a message. When the devotees see, they could not tolerate. Pains too much. And he said, my dear Vidura, how can I take shelter of one more personality, merciful personality than he who gave the position of mother to a she-demon, Putana, who was unfaithful, who prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast and kill Krishna. The quality of Lord, you see. Lord is so merciful even upon his enemy. It is said, a nobleman accept the good qualities of a person of doubtful character. Krishna accepted the good quality of Putana because she pretended to be an affectionate mother, allowed Krishna to suck her breast. Krishna was carried away by the quality of Putana, that she wanted to feed me. Krishna accepts the least qualification of the living entity and give awards highest reward. Awards highest reward to such a person. That is the quality of Lord. Even the least quality, if anyone has got the smallest thing, good things, Krishna accepts and gives the highest benefit. Once Krishna was entering Mathura because Kamsa sent Akrura to bring Krishna. He wanted to kill Krishna. Krishna entered Mathura. When he entered Mathura, there was one hunchback woman named Kubja. She had a sandalwood pulp. She prepared for Kamsa. When she saw Krishna, a beautiful person, she wanted to render service unto Krishna. Immediately she took the sandalwood paste and applied over the body of Lord. Small service she rendered. Krishna was very much pleased. And immediately what he did is tightened her body and made her so beautiful like a apsara. Then she requested, Lord, please come to my home. I want to satisfy you. I want to serve you. Lord said, I'll come to your home later. Now I come here to do some work. After finishing my business, I'll come to your home. You see, Krishna wanted to always serve his devotees. If anyone rendered little service, Krishna is indebted. He wants to serve devotees. As devotees always think of Krishna within their heart, Krishna is always thinking of his devotees in his heart. That is the quality of Lord. After killing Kamsa, as Krishna gave word to Kubja, Krishna went to the house of Kubja. And Krishna pleased her. Krishna did not go to the house of Kubja to enjoy sense gratification. It's Atma Rama. He wanted to please because she pleased him. Krishna pleased Kubja because she pleased him. Little bit she rendered service. Krishna was so satisfied. And she always want to do something for anyone who rendered little service. Krishna accept any little service rendered by anybody. And it never finds fault with anyone. Anyone's service, whether it's small or big, whatever amount of service a devotee or anyone renders, Krishna is satisfied and magnified it so greatly. Oh, such a devotee has done so much service for me. Suppose somebody moves a chair from here to there. Krishna notices that he did service. It's very, very small. Moving the chair. Somebody tells some devotees, please move the chair. Please get some water. Please keep Tulsi Maharaj that side. When anyone renders little service to Krishna, Krishna always remembers. And he magnifies so greatly that he has done such a service to me. And he gives highest award, highest reward. That is the standard of Krishna's character. That is the quality of the Lord. And Krishna is such a beautiful Lord. He is the ultimate shelter of everyone. And he is the dearest to all the living entities. In fact, Krishna is our natural friend. Suradam Sarvabhutana. Surat means a real friend. There are different words are there, the Sanskrit, for different kinds of friends. One is called Bandhu. One is called Mitra. And third one is called Surat. Bandhu means official friend. Mitra is a social friend. Surat is a real friend. He always desires a good for his friend. Only Krishna desires good for his friend, good for the living entities. Therefore, he is addressed as Suradam Sarvabhutanam. I am the real well-wisher of all the jivas. Therefore, he requests every one of us, Please do not stay in this material world, which is filled with full of miseries. Please come back to my abode. Be with me, enjoy with me eternally. Because he is the real well-wisher. One may have a good position, good wife, good amount of wealth, name, fame. All temporary, nothing is permanent. In spite of having everything, one cannot be happy. Why? It is the nature of the material world. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. We cannot be happy in this material world. Therefore, being a real friend, a real well-wisher, Krishna is requesting, please come to my abode. You can enjoy with me eternally. This is the quality of Lord. He is the real friend. Here Arjuna, such kind of real friend is, who can lose such kind of real friend? No one can lose such kind of real friend. But Arjuna lost. Arjuna lost. Krishna is a real friend. Therefore, he felt the entire universe is like a void, unfavorable, meaningless. Without Krishna, this world is meaningless. It's a void. Krishna is the life and source of devotees. When Krishna is not there, devotees cannot be happy. Just like a fish. As long as the fish lives in the water, it remains happy. The moment this fish is taken out of water and put on the land, it cannot be happy. It cannot live. Similarly, devotees cannot live without Krishna. Arjuna also felt, I cannot live. What is the meaning to live in this world without Krishna? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offers a wonderful prayer. Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravushaitam shunyaitam jagatsarum govinda hiranayame. O Lord Govinda, because of suppression from you, I consider yugaitam nimishena, even a nimisha, a moment like a yuga, millennium, even the moment like a millennium, because I'm not able to see you. Tears started flowing from my eyes like a torrents of rain. I consider the entire world is like a void. When the gopis were dancing with Krishna during Rasa Leela, everyone thought, all the gopis thought, that Krishna is so much attached to me. He is dancing with me alone. Everyone was proud about their position, that Krishna is with me alone. He is dancing me. He is giving me company. When Krishna understood the false pride of gopis, Krishna left all the gopis and disappeared. The gopis started searching for Krishna. Desperately they were searching for Krishna. They could not find Krishna. Everywhere they started, they could not find Krishna. Gopis, they have given their life, they dedicate their life and mind to Krishna. The moment Krishna disappeared, then they thought, what is the meaning in life? There is no meaning in the life without being in the association of Lord. They went to the bank of Yamuna and started crying. Oh Krishna, please appear before us. We have been waiting for you. Please come. Then they offered wonderful prayers called Gopika Gita. Oh Lord, you appeared on the land of Vraja for it glorious. It increased its glories because of your appearance in the land of Vraja. The Vraja becomes glorious. Jayati Tedikam Janmana Vraja. Shayata Indra Shashvat Atrahi. Even Indra, goddess of fortune, wants to reside here permanently. Wants to stay here permanently. We devotees have dedicated, given our life to you. We maintain our life because for you, your sake. For your sake, we are maintaining our life. Therefore, please come to us, bestow your mercy upon us by showing your face. You are killing your devotees. You are killing your maidservant who have given themselves to you freely without any price. Isn't this murder? We all your devotees. We have given ourselves to you, but you are killing us by not being present before us. We heard that Lord Brahma prayed for you to protect the universe. You appeared on this planet to protect. It's your duty to protect your devotees. Rather, you are killing us. It's not fair. You say you come to this world to protect. We are seeing here contrary. You are killing us. We are your devotees. It's not fair. We are always absorbed by seeing your beautiful eyes, which are like a lotus. And your sweet words are so fascinating, so captivating. Even the greatest scholar can be captivated by your smiling words. Krishna would speak very sweetly. Even we are attracted by your beauty. We are attracted by your sweet smile, by your beautiful eyes. Then they said one beautiful verse. My dear Lord, when you go off Vrindavana, when you go to forest, they are deeply saddened because we cannot see you. And how much we are afflicted, do you know? When we think of you, when you walk on the forest, we'll always think of your lotus feet, which is soft, very tender. It's being pricked, your lotus feet is being pricked by sharp stones, sharp dry grass. It's very difficult for us to tolerate the pain. We always think of your lotus feet. Whenever you go out of our sight during the daytime to tend the cows, we consider even one moment, fraction of second, truti. Truti means 1 by 1,000th second. 1 by 1,700. It's equal to 0.00058 second. Just imagine 0.00058 second. When you are not able to see you, feel anxiety. That moment, fraction of second is like a millennium for us, void for us. Because we are accustomed to see you, think of you always. When we miss you during the daytime, even the smallest fraction of second, like a millennium for us. We always absorb seeing your beauty, beautiful face, lotus eyes. But our pleasure is hindered by the eyelids, which were foolishly designed by foolish creator. The gopis blasted Lord Brahma for creating the eyelids keeps moving. Even that they could not tolerate. Just imagine the gopis' situation. They could not tolerate even little bit, a fraction of second, due to suppression from Krishna. How could Arjuna can tolerate when he lost his friend on this earth? Therefore, he felt this entire world is like a void, no meaning to live further. Therefore, the Pandavas decided to retire from the kingdom, go to the abode of Lord. Because for devotees, without Krishna, nothing. Krishna is the life and soul of devotees. So without Krishna, they cannot be happy in this world. Therefore, they decided they want to go to the abode of Lord. Krishna is the source of even the great demigods, source of great sages. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Name vidu suragana prabhavana mareshya hamadri devana marishanam cha sarvasha. I am the source of demigods and great rishis. Even the demigods and great sages cannot understand about my origin, my opulences. Though I am the source of the demigods and the great sages. So Krishna is the source of everyone. Everything that exists in this world. Without Krishna, nothing can exist, whether moving or non-moving. So Krishna is the ultimate shelter of every being. Krishna is the life and soul of all devotees. Therefore, they cannot tolerate. Arjuna could not tolerate because Krishna was not there. All the relation, Brahman relation, Paramatma relation, when one takes shelter of Krishna, since Krishna is the source of even Brahman, Paramatma, when we take shelter of that ultimate source, we need not to go after any demigods. He is the source of demigods, Brahman, Paramatma, all sages. When we take shelter of the ultimate source, we need not to go after any demigods or Brahman relation or Paramatma relation. Krishna's relationship includes all the relation. We accept Krishna, fine. That's all. All the relations included. We need not to go after any demigods. The conclusion here is, although Krishna is not physically present with us, nevertheless, He is always present with us in His holy names. Since Krishna is the life and source of all the jivas, if one does not take the opportunity to associate with the Lord by chanting the holy name, is a dead person, although he is living. Krishna, although is not physically present, still is a real well-wisher of all the jivas and always bestowing mercy upon us through his pure devotees like Prabhupada. Krishna is personally with us, but he bestows mercy upon us through his pure devotees like Prabhupada, through their instructions on devotional service. If we follow the instruction of Prabhupada, like chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If we chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and follow the regulative principles, we are sure to go back home, back to Godhead, and be with Krishna physically and enjoy his association. That is the purport of this verse. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.